Hi, Marianne here. It is Wednesday, November 10th, 2021, and time for another WW Weekly Archive. This one comes to us from October 20th to the 26th of 2019. Set goals within reach. I thought this was a good one since a lot of us are taking this new personal points plan as a reset, a jump start, a restart, reset, whatever you want to call it. I already took my jump start back in July by just coming back to WW and realizing I had to make a change because I gained so much weight. My feet were swelling and my blood pressure was going up, and I don't have high blood pressure. I've always had low blood pressure. So that was just an alarm to me that I had to get back and start making goals for myself and achieving those and sticking to it. So I've done okay. I've had a couple slip ups, but back on track. Keep getting back on track. So when you set out to do something but fall short, like I've done a couple times, what does that voice in your head say? A lot of times it would always tell me, oh, I screwed up. I might as well just keep going in the wrong direction because I'm never going to be able to do it. But I don't say that anymore. I just say it's not in falling down that you fail. It's in not getting up. You need to just get back up and keep going. So not quitting. And so since July, I haven't quit. I've had a couple setbacks, but I've gotten back on track. So maybe this is what you're saying to yourself. What's wrong with me? Or why don't I do what I say I'll do? Or here I go again. Those are common responses. They're also pretty harsh. A lot of people tell me I'm harder on myself than I am on anybody else. And that's why, because I used to try to be a perfectionist all the time. And I've gotten rid of that. I'm not perfect, never going to be perfect. So I don't strive for perfection anymore. That was always a flaw in me that I've tweaked. So no one follows through 100% of the time. It's more helpful to look back and figure out what got in the way and what you can do differently in the future. So what to do? The next time you don't do exactly what you'd planned, ask yourself these questions. How do you feel when you set this goal? Were you optimistic? Determined? What did you imagine it would feel like to put your plan into action? For example, you might have felt excited when you decided to pack a healthy lunch at night before working this week. I've got a chicken breast in the oven that is going to feed me for 2 or 3 days. It's going to be 2 or 3 meals. I think this one's going to be a 3 meal chicken breast. It's pretty plump. But so I'm working towards my goal by setting myself up right, by planning. So when it comes time to act, how did you feel? I felt okay. This is where you start to see what got in the way. Nothing so far, but I'm going to show you something. I've already told you life got in the way, and life goes on, so I can't let that happen. But it was taking me away from my home and where I could plan and do things, you know, that set up for me, because I couldn't just carry lunch with me or carry my dinner with me and do all that stuff. I didn't have transportation to go take care of myself when I was over there. Just things were not set up ideally. Did I have to get carried away? No, I didn't. But I did. That's where stress played in. Okay, so if you meant to pack lunch at night, maybe at 9 p.m., you might have felt pressed for time or just too tired to deal. I've done that before where I've had my chicken cooked, and then when dinner came around to warm it up and prepare the other things that went along with it, I just thought, nah, I don't feel like it. So that's where I didn't really follow through 100%, but that happens. So what's the difference? Think about the ways you felt in those moments. Maybe when you first made that lunch plan, it was a Saturday and you were full of energy, but by Sunday night, you just wanted to veg out. We've all been there. Yeah, I veg out. If I wait too long, if I'm not prepared enough, I'll veg out and I'll get into that mode where, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'll have it tomorrow. I can put the chicken in my salad. I'm not going to waste it, and then I can have chicken for dinner. Not a big deal. So your new goal is tweak your intention to make it more doable going forward. Back to the lunch plan. You might decide to spend a relaxed Saturday afternoon packing lunches for the week instead of doing the late night prep. You've just helped yourself succeed. See, that's the thing. Tomorrow it's expected to be 90 degrees here. And I'm in Southern California, so right now it's only 60 degrees, and we're going to jump for like 3 or 4 days. We're going to have a heat wave. And so I know I'm baking my chicken now. It's nice and cool. It's warming up my home. So I'm going to have a couple nights in that heat where I don't have to bake the chicken. I'm not sticking it in the oven. I'm going to just heat it up in a skillet. And also I don't have to worry about the electricity from 4 to 9 p.m. going sky high. Because all I got to do is warm it up in the skillet. I don't have a microwave. I don't nuke my food at all. But, so I'm all set for the heat. I kind of planned it that way. I looked at the weather and I thought, no, I don't want to have the oven on in the heat wave. So early morning, I've already got this done. So, and then I have, like last night, I had those mini chicken wontons because I didn't have any chicken prepared because I planned this one. And that was good. I had a nice rice bowl. And I really enjoyed it. But just looking back on goals, I have my goal at 140 pounds, and that's what it was when I joined in November 19th, 2017. I weighed in at 203.2, and I had 30 daily smart points with 35 weekly smart points. That was on the Smart Points program. This may not focus because I turned the autofocus off. But let's see if it will autofocus. There. Okay. So that was my starting weight and my starting points. We're on personal points now. This camera's a little funky. I might get a little blurry, but I want it to focus on the numbers right now. So that was 4 years ago almost. In a couple weeks, it'll be 4 years ago. So there's where I started. This time around in July, I started out at 211.6. So higher than that. So I went along and we got freestyle in January. That put me, okay, January 7th, I was at 180.8 pounds. I had lost 22.4 pounds on the Smart Points program. So that was that program. Now we're on freestyle. And that's when people got scared of all the 0 eggs, 0 chicken, and not scared, but they started eating more eggs and chicken. And now we're supposed to be eating more vegetables because we're going to earn points. So that's kind of silly, crazy. And it's a good incentive for people who do not eat vegetables to earn a point. So I went along and I got all the way to, that's February. And then I think I have a new book. Where's my new books? I just had them in my hand. Here we go. Okay, so this is going into March of 2018. So I went along. And when we got on the freestyle, the smart points went down to 23 smart points for me. But here's the kick. I'm trying to find the exact date. Okay, so I have like this book that somehow I got a new book and I don't know why. I didn't go to a couple meetings or she flipped the page. I don't know why. Somehow she got this messed up. Okay. Okay, I've got it in my hand. Okay, so my point was we went down to 23 smart points with the freestyle, and weeklies were 35 smart points. So I went along. That's February 18th. February 25th. This isn't it. Okay, then I need to go into this book. What is this book? This is April. Okay. So March. Okay. The week of March 25th, 2018, I got a little shook up because I was surprised. I didn't know this was going to happen. Maybe longtime members knows that this happens, but my weekly smart points went down to 28. And I had lost 33.4 pounds. Freestyle was working for me. I wasn't eating a dozen eggs and 5 pounds of chicken a day or anything like that. But that was the moment where I got shook up and things started going the wrong way because I'm like, I only get 28 smart points for my weeklies. And I don't even know why that bothered me because I hardly ever used my weeklies, but it's just like they took it away. It's kind of like when you're on a diet and they're taking all your food away, but you can have it on WW because you just need to budget it into your plan. I could budget my chocolate into those weeklies, and they took 7 of them away. And by the way, when I did my assessment, my weekly smart points are now 28 again. But I wasn't shook by it. Not in the least bit. Because that's where things went downhill. I went on to lose my highest loss. Let's find it. Was June of 2018. I had lost 38.2 pounds. 25 points away from can we focus? Focus. There we go. That was the most weight I lost. I've gained it all back. Plus some. And that was on freestyle, and that's where I started giving up. And I started gaining. Look at July of 2018. I gained and I lost. I gained and I lost. I started going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Crazy. And ever since then, I haven't been able to get it together. I ended up gaining it all back. I mean, I have my 25-pound weight loss still in the baggie. I have charms. All of that. I got Bravo stickers, all of that. And here I sit with a new plan with the same goal to get 140, but this time my goal is to keep it off. So this is the best I've done in the last 2 or 3 years is this little since July run that I've had. I've been consistently losing. I've gained a couple, and then I went losing more, and then I had a setback, but got right back on track. So things are flowing right along. And now we have the new personal points, which I'm not getting an extra point for my water. Excuse me. Tracked it yesterday. I got 48 ounces, so I wasn't worthy of that extra point. Even though I drank sparkling flavored water, I had my coffee, I have clear diet sodas with no artificial sweeteners in them, but they don't count as fluid. I eat plenty of vegetables. I'm not dehydrated, so I'm not concerned about that because now I have 21 personal points plus 28 weeklies, but I have to set my goal and plan accordingly to make my lifestyle. And just the blue plan was working really good for me. And I showed you yesterday that I earned so many points from eating vegetables that right now, I think personally for me, and I'm not saying this for you, and I don't care if WW gets upset at me that I don't want to eat 10 extra points that I earned from eating a big salad. I think I'm not going to put those. I had 9 cups of vegetables yesterday, so that gave me 9 points. And 9 extra points added to my 21 points. I'm getting 0 points for oatmeal. That was 4 points before. So if I add those 4 points to the 21, that gives me 25 points instead of the 23 that I had. So I'm actually making out by just having my oatmeal in the morning, which I have on the stove already ready to go, with a 0 point banana and 0 points of my maple butter. And it's so good. And I think I'm going to finish off my eggs. I have 2 eggs left and try to just have my oatmeal because I'm supposed to be on low-fat diet and I'm technically not supposed to be eating eggs and I don't like egg whites. But so my goal is my insurance is paying for this, so I have that incentive to keep going. But it doesn't mean I can just screw around for 18 months. And I have to have myself in a pattern like I have been and just keep going because it's going to be lifelong because I screwed it up. I totally screwed it up. I got cocky and I just thought, oh, I can go back to eating a little ice cream. I can go back to eating a little of this, but technically I have a hard time doing the ice cream out of the carton. So I like those Yasso Greek yogurt. I like the chocolate one. For me, it's 3 points still. The chocolate brownie one is 5 points, but that's all they had at the store the other day. But I can have one of those bars and I don't go back and have a second one. Where if I have a tub of ice cream, I love ice cream. I love chocolate. So just learning to put that into a way that I can have what I like and not go overboard. So those are things I'm learning because I want to get to my goal and then I want to keep my goal. I don't want to be back over 200 pounds. This is ridiculous. And it feels horrible. And I'm on my way. Oh, like I said yesterday, I ate 18 points of snacks on Monday, my first day on the plan. I didn't do that yesterday. I ended up basically just using my 21 original points, even though I added my veggies. And I'm thinking about just tapping the veggie. Like I'm having 7 cups of lettuce and carrots and cabbage in my salad. Not even counting the tomatoes and the salsa. 7 or 8 cups. Instead of tracking that, I'm just going to hit it once for vegetables. And then I had 2 cups of California medley in my rice bowl last night. Just tap that once. And then, so I'm only adding for each meal 1 vegetable because adding the cups, that's just, if I eat all those points, I'm going to gain weight. It doesn't even mention going into the weeklies. My gosh, my weeklies are shooting up from my activity. Yeah, I can eat some of them. I'm not afraid to eat some of them, but if I ate all of those, I don't think that's going to work out. I don't think, I think I can earn a point for, just like the 60 ounces of water, I'm only going to get 1 point that I'm not getting. Doesn't mean I'm not going to drink water. I'm going to treat my vegetables that way because I've already been a big vegetable eater. I don't need an incentive to eat more vegetables. I have enough points. I have enough weeklies and points to sustain me to eat enough calories and lose weight. So I'm just looking at what they're giving me. I'm not going to give me more just because I ate a big salad. I don't think that's going to be working out for me personally. We're all different. We all have our personal plans. I think it's good to have that veggie thing for people who just don't like to eat vegetables and don't eat a big amount. I don't have a sandwich for lunch. I don't eat a lot of bread. So it's just the way. Sometimes I'll have a sandwich for lunch. I enjoy a Subway footlong here and there. But I usually get the 6-inch if I'm, on this plan. But I've had a footlong. My favorite submarine shop, Little Pickle, I'll have the big size. And they make it so good for me. It was on my mail route, and so they know me, and they put my avocado spread and everything, and it's just fine. But just setting goals and being able to stay in your goal, and if you have a setback, not to go away from the goal, but just reassess what went wrong, how did I feel about it, what action am I going to take to get back on track and go towards my goal instead of reverting back to my danger zone. And I think things are going to work out. I'm optimistic about the new plan because my points are pretty close to my blue plan. Given that I really love that I got 0 oatmeal with my chicken and eggs, and my fruits. So I'm happy about that, but a bit scared about hitting that veggie button for my big salads and all that. I think I'm just going to hit it once for my lunch. And sometimes I don't have vegetables for dinner. Sometimes I just have beans. So I think I'm going to be okay if I just hit that once instead of for every cup, because I'm just one of those people who likes vegetables. Excuse me. Enough of my veggie tales. Let's get on with the day. I got to have breakfast and get my chicken breast out of the oven. Thanks for watching. Hit a like if you like what I have to say, if you even understood what I said. And subscribe if you'd like to subscribe and see more of me. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make it a great day.